Welcome to Season 2, Episode 2 of It Takes a Community to Raise an Entrepreneur. We have some great guest speakers today. Let's dive right into this right now and get into the next episode. Good morning, everybody. This morning, we're going to jump right into it. Why is it important for you to volunteer in support of startup and growing organizations in our community? We'll go and start with you first, Kathy.
Hi, my name is Kathy Merchant. I own Calico Cleaning here in South Haven. And it is important for me to help build these businesses in the community because when I first started my business 15 years ago, I found it to be a very lonely place. And about 4 years ago, I joined a community called Cleaning Business Fundamentals. It's a program for cleaning business owners. And in that, I got a community of over 300 people, which has grown to 600 and some people now in the last 4 years. And that community was detrimental to me in growing my business and not feeling alone. I can bounce ideas off of people. I can call any of them. I can post it in our group what question I'm having, struggling with an employee. And so when I met Debbie Howell a few years before that program, she was my SCORE mentor. And when she asked me to lunch and asked me to become a mentor, I knew something I wanted to do because I never want other people to feel lonely in business like I did. And I want to be a part of giving back to the community that has helped me so much build my business in the last 15 years.
Hi, I'm Michelle Coy. I'm a business and leadership strategist. And the reason I love mentoring is because I had the privilege of Debbie Howe being my mentor when I started. And I was so lost at the time, and I believe businesses don't need to be lost. We have a community around us. And there's so many business owners out there that don't realize the community that they have that can support them, and they don't have to do this alone. And so the reason I mentor is to give back to the community that has been so vital in helping me to be successful, and also helping business owners realize what community is out there for them. They don't realize that we have something like the South Haven Business Hub or SCORE as mentors out there, that they don't have to pay a huge price to start and support their business. And there is so much funding out there that is available to them, and just being able to guide them towards those sources so that they don't feel so alone. And that's the reason I love being a mentor.
Hi, I'm Bob Jank. I'm a volunteer mentor in Southwest Michigan. I really admire entrepreneurs. People that believe in so much in an idea, they're going to start a business, and they're going to take some pretty major risks to get that business going. I don't have that temperament. I spent 36 years as a commercial banker, and that's probably evident that I wouldn't have that temperament to go and take a risk like that. I think if I can bring anything to those businesses to help them, I'll bring my network of resources to them. I know a lot of people in the area that can help them. Oftentimes, business people don't have an opportunity to develop that kind of a network. They're so busy with the day-to-day activities of running the business. The other thing I like to do is I do have a field of expertise on the financial side, and if I can help to keep them from making a terrible financial mistake, that can help their business stay and grow. I think that's very important.
I'm Brad Scoffin with Advanced Business Brokers. I help people sell their business when they want to retire. But in starting a business, I want to help all business owners, and I've always been a big fan of the abundance mentality. A rising tide raises all boats, and the way to do that is to trust in your community and the resources out there. So I have always been a big proponent of SCORE, SBDC, local resources from mentors and other business owners, because when you start a business or when you're growing a business, you're often in a silo, and having somebody else who's been there, done that, can help you get to that next level or break through. And you can't necessarily confide in employees or even spouses because they're not in that with you. So trusting in advisors that have been there, or just trusted advisors that can help, that have specialties that you don't have. Relying on those will help you get to that level. And every business owner wants to make more money and have more time, and you don't have to do it alone. And so that's why I love giving back and tapping into resources and getting people connected all throughout Michigan.
Okay, Brad, we're going to start with you on this next round. So this one's, why is it important that the entire community collaborate in supporting our local organizations?
So I think it's important that the entire community collaborate and get behind local businesses, I like to equate it back to education. You know, a lot of people say, well, why do I have to pay property taxes that fund schools? I don't have kids in schools. Well, when kids are educated, we have a better workforce. Well, when we get behind and a better workforce leads to higher wages, higher property values, it benefits all. Well, same with businesses. The businesses that thrive, it leads to better wages, better jobs, stability in the community, and that's a good thing. So that's why I want to see the community get behind small business and helping grow businesses, grow jobs, and keep them in the community.
I think it's important because I love companies like Home Depot and Walmart. They're great. They're great big companies. They employ a lot of people. But a small town entrepreneur, the great thing about it is the wealth stays in that town. So as he develops some wealth because he's growing a successful business, his money stays in town. Home Depot, the money goes back to Georgia or to many of their shareholders dispersed all over the country. It's important that we support those businesses because they're going to keep supporting the community that they're in.
So the reason I believe small businesses need a community and the community should support small businesses is the fact that small business is where our money is staying. Our money is staying within this community. It's supporting your brother, it's supporting your sister, it's supporting your aunt, your uncle. It's creating those jobs so your family can stay together. If we didn't have small businesses supporting one another, we would be moving outside of other communities. And the reason that we stay in these communities is we want to be with everyone we love. And if we didn't support these small businesses, we would just have the big Home Depots, the Walmarts, and our community couldn't support one another. And so by supporting the small businesses in our community, we're keeping everything together with us so that we don't have to leave our communities.
It's important for me that the community get behind small businesses because people want to work with people that they like, know, and trust. And how better to do that than work with people within your own community. So I believe it's very important that we get behind the small businesses, especially here in South Haven. The last thing we want is for South Haven to become one of those towns like we've had in the past that businesses move out of the community because they're not supported, and then we end up having a ghost town. So it's important for me to make sure that South Haven is supported, the community supports the small businesses so that we don't become those small towns like, for instance, Breedsville that used to be a thriving community back in the, 60s probably and 70s and was doing great, and now the businesses have all moved out of there, including the last little small business of the little store that used to be there. So it's very important for me that the community gets behind small business.
Hi, I'm Bob Jank. I'm a mentor for both SCORE and these guys right behind me. My background is I spent 36 years as a commercial banker. I can be helpful to people and helping them understand banking, helping them understand their own financial statements, and also helping them understand the risks of some types of financing that's available out there that is very scary. And one of them is called the merchant cash advance, and those can have interest rates of up to 120% a year. They coax you into it by making you think that you're not going to have to put your personal assets at risk. The fact is, it's easy to have an event of default, and then those assets will be at risk. You can lose everything you have. So it's important that you reach out and talk to a mentor before you get engaged in some of these things that aren't a standard small business loan or a loan with a bank.
Hi, I'm Michelle Coy. I'm a business and leadership strategist. And the reason that I am a mentor is Debbie Howe started me as a mentor with SCORE. So I became a SCORE mentor, which helped me start my business. And I then worked with the Small Business Development Center, and then once again came around and helped Debbie through the South Haven Regional Business Hub. And the reason that I mentor is that small businesses don't realize leadership is a business strategy within their business, and being able to help them understand that by strategically developing their leaders within their company, they can increase their profits. So being able to bring in leadership and finance to help small businesses have better profits.
I'm Brad Scoffin with Advanced Business Brokers. I help people sell their business when they want to retire. And I'm also the current state president for the Michigan Business Brokers Association, and often a subject matter expert for SCORE, SBDC, and these guys back behind us. And some might even ask, why I'm here talking to entrepreneurs that are starting or even growing a business, because I tend to work with clients when they're at the final stages. Well, a couple things. One, once you start a business or work in a business, you should always know what the exit's going to be. Now, that may change every year or every couple of years, but you should be working towards that. And the more you plan in advance, the easier that transition will be in the future. And so the principles of finding and building a business that's sellable and you can actually retire from will actually help you run a better business and more efficient for yourself, as well as employ more people, make more money, have more free time, actually get to see your family. That doesn't happen right away. But it will. And so I love giving back and providing resources for young entrepreneurs and people that are growing a business.
Hi, I'm Kathy Merchant, and I own Calico Cleaning here in South Haven. I'm also a certified business coach. And the reason I want to mentor for the South Haven Business Hub is because I want to be able to give back to the community and to be able to help other business owners. My specialty that I work with is setting systems in place and creating that structure that helps your business grow, gives you more time freedom, and eventually more profits.
I want to thank these gentlemen and ladies for joining us today. They're just a portion of our subject matter experts. They've taken the time to come out and share their experiences. And please do take a look at our website. If you need support, join us, talk to us. Don't be out there alone. We want to make sure you're as successful as you want to be. So take advantage of us. So thank you guys for joining us. And if you're out there and need help, give us a call.